Greetings.
Hello.
To our Earthlings.
Good morning.
We're back on planet Earth. Top of the morning to you. If you're listening in the morning, whenever you're listening, I hope you're having a great day. This is dropping on Sunday morning. That's why we're saying that. But welcome back to Bold Moves on the Property Sisters Network. I'm Raquel.
I'm Christy.
We're sisters. That's Big Sis. And thanks for riding this wave with us, first and foremost.
Thanks for listening.
You guys, I'm so tired that before we hit record, Chrissy's like, maybe we should do a little dancey dance. So we were like, all right, we're gonna get up and do this little dance. So if you're in a funk, or you're just feeling like you got some Sunday blues, or whenever you're listening to this and you feel like you need to do a little dancey dance,
get up, shake it off,
get up and do a little dancey dance. Move those arms, do some jumping jacks, kick them legs,
whatever
do a little
you gotta
something.
do. Whatever you gotta do.
Stretch it out. Think some happy thoughts. Go into your happy place. Because we got to give you some stuff to take with you throughout your week.
Yeah.
The first thing I wanted to talk about was just a couple things that happened to me throughout the week, and they're I'm a very like follow the signs type of person.
Yeah.
So I love when I get a good sign, because I'm just like sit there with it, and then I'm like, okay, you know what's happening with that. So the first one, which I don't really know that it was a sign, but we'll get into the second one. But the first one, it's got a lot to do with birds. So the first one, I was sitting on FaceTime with my friend and in my car, which I do often. If you know me, I like to sit in the car a lot. So we're on FaceTime and just, chatty. And then I'm just looking out the window, and all of a sudden I see this bird fly into this tree. Not like, hurting itself. It was just flying, flew on the tree. It's got like red hair, black body, active auto, device is unplugged. You shut up. I hope that this is recording. I'm just going to bypass this error message and pray.
Let us pray.
So I'm like, yo, this bird is like crazy looking, right? I'm like, I think it escaped from the zoo. Like, it's gotta be, it was exotic. And she's like, turn the camera. So I turn the camera, and I'm like, look at this bird. Like, what do you think of this? And she's like, girl, that's a woodpecker. And I'm just like, how do you know that?
Right.
How do you know your bird so well? I
I
have never seen a woodpecker. If you guys don't know what a woodpecker looks like, please Google this bird right now. It is such an exotic looking animal. And I was like so convinced that like a bird escaped from the zoo, landed in my tree in my front yard. And I was like, I'm being visited by this exotic animal, and this is the coolest thing. And it's a woodpecker.
Yeah, hilarious.
And then it was eating like it's one of those trees that has like the berries on it. So like it was just so funny. We cracked up. She's like, girl, it's exotic. It was Emma. And so Emma, they be knowing their animals. If you listen to my last episode, she was the one I called for the groundhog that I saved. If you're not caught up with these episodes, you need to catch up. There is some funny stories in here, which I would like to think so. Yeah, so that was just hilarious. So if you don't know what a woodpecker looks like, go look it up. They're very beautiful animals. Not really like I would say I'm not an animal person. Like I don't mind animals. I love dogs. I don't really want one myself, but like I'm not like, oh my God, like I don't know. Anyways, but I do love the animals.
Yeah.
I just don't want to touch them.
Sure. You don't gotta tell me.
Yeah. So that was my one. And then the second one, I actually really, really love red cardinals. And this one day I was going to the gym, but before I went to the gym, I was praying a rosary, and I dedicated the rosary to my grandma and my grandpa and my Uncle Joey. And we lost them when we were younger, pretty close to each other. And it was just like a really, tough time. And we miss them so much. And we always talk about them and their memory and all the good times. And, my Uncle Joe was my mom's twin brother. And if he was here, life would just look so different. And so we just reminisce a lot, and we talk about them a lot, and things like that. So just to give you a little bit of insight on our life. So I was praying for them and their souls, and then I went to the gym, and I did my workout, and then I was leaving the gym, and I got in my car, and then all of a sudden, I literally had just sat in my car, and then I hear like on my window, and I like turn over, like it sounded like who's knocking on my window. And it was this beautiful red cardinal, and it like after it literally knocked on my window, it's just sat there on the rear view like mirror on the passenger side. I was obviously in the driver's side. And I just looked over and I was like, oh, hi. Like, hello.
Oh my God,
Thanks
I
for the
love that.
visit, you know? And then it just kind of like did one of those, like a little like shimmy, and then it flew away. And then there was another one. I'm pretty sure like if there's one, there's another. I think they go together.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. And they were just kind of like playing in the leaves or maybe looking for worms. I don't know, whatever red cardinals do. And I was just, and then I just sat, bird stuff. And then I just sat there and just kind of like admired it and like took in the moment. And, you know, again, I like to think that there are signs in the world. And when you get a good sign like that, or like what feels like a good omen or whatever that is for you and your feelings, I like to just sit with it and
Take it in.
and take it in
appreciate
and 100%
Yeah.
and just like love it, you know? And so that's what I did. I just sat there for a minute. And then I thought about my grandma and my grandpa and my Uncle Joey. And I was like, man, that was all your energies. Like, I love you so much.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for showing me, you know,
Yeah,
and
that you're still here. It's
I-
comforting.
I really do like feel them though. Like,
Yeah.
so it's a weird feeling to feel like someone's physical presence is around you somewhere when it's not, you know, but I truly feel like it was. And in that moment I was like, it had to be them, because I was just like, first of all, it's never happened to me. No bird has ever knocked on my window.
Hi, Raquel.
Literally, like with their beak going, hi, it's me. And like I like to think that there are signs in the world, and
100%.
even on my vision board, like I put like follow the signs, and I have, you know, some Bible verses on my vision board, and that's how I like my vision board to look, is just like very connected and centered and like just with love, you know, everything with love. And so that was just like a really, really cool moment for the week, and it made me feel like I was just like in the right headspace, doing the right things. For those of you that don't know me, in alignment, you know, 100%. But for those of you that don't know me, I've totally changed like the way that I live, I feel like, in the last like couple of years, and especially nowadays, just like incorporating, you know, good things into my life, and going to church, and journaling and reading the Bible, and just feeling more connected and grounded with who I am and where my roots are, and my family, and my, you know, my faith, and all that stuff. Getting rid of any, you know, toxic stuff in my life, any, you know, activities or whatever it is, people, any of that stuff. So that's kind of like who I am now anyway. So yeah, so everything just kind of feels super aligned, and I'm loving everything that we're doing. And I love the people that are with us and along for this journey and this ride with us. And I've just been feeling really good about things. And like, especially with like all the coaching that we've been talking about that we were starting, which has started already. Like, I just feel like I wake up and I have, you know, I try to do all my prayers and my journaling and whatever. And then it's just like work is just flooding my existence. And then like, it'll be like 10 o'clock and me and Christy are looking at each other like, we're still on.
What's going on?
We're still on the line
now.
like, and then we literally like, well, if you know me, again, karaoke is life, and I keep the microphone next to me as I'm working. And if I need a quick 5, I'll just grab that thing, turn it on, and belt out like a good note. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. But it's so addicting, because you'll be like, all right, my last one. All right, it's my last one. I want one more. It's like, it's so funny, just like developing as business owners, you know, how we have to do things. Cause it's like, you do need a break. You can't just work, you know, morning till night, no breaks. You'll get a lot done, but it probably won't be your best work. You need to take some breaks. But
breaks throughout the day are good.
Yeah. But so what we've been doing is called FastCAP, and that's with EXP Realty. That's who we're brokered with. If this is your first time listening, Christy and I are real estate agents, and we live in Michigan. But EXP is a global company, so we can basically service you anywhere that you are in the world, because we have agents everywhere in the world. So we'll just leave that little paperclip right there for you. So there's that. But FastCAP is basically, it's more for newer agents. But you can do it obviously if you're seasoned. I guess. But so just to give you some structure and the skill set and how to do the job of a real estate agent. But this time around, they have Austin Chevron, who you've heard us talk about a bunch. doing the training. So I don't know if you want to share a little bit about how your experience has been. Or...
Yeah. I mean, like we said, we coach with Austin regularly, so we were super excited to have him be, taking over this program of EXPs. But it's been the funniest week. Like, even just getting started, I don't think we really knew like kind of how it was all going to unfold and how we were going to go about things. And so you also need, they call it a running partner. So someone who is basically helping hold you accountable. You guys are sharing. Yeah,
We're
surprise,
partners.
it's us. We're partners, which has been also like challenging, but I think even making our dynamic even better. And it's a constant, like, we've talked about that before too, but like this week it's been, this is what I need to do. Like, we're identifying our goals, identifying, how we want to see ourselves by the end of the program and things like that, what we want to accomplish, and, our daily activities that we need to be doing to make that happen. So Raquel and I, again, are partners. And so we were talking about all this yesterday and just kind of going through like the worksheets that we get with every session. And so yesterday, well, actually, let me rewind for a second. So the other day, it's like, as my sister, okay, sorry, let me get to this thought. My sister and then my running partner, right? So I'm telling her like how I want my schedule to be. And I'm like, but like, I think I'm going to wake up at this time, do X, Y, and Z, and then get into my activities. And instead of, getting up earlier and finishing certain activities beforehand. And she's like, I really don't think that's a good idea. And I'm just like, why are you so annoying? Like, it was just like,
I was being a good running partner.
But she was being a good running partner and I was being lazy. And I will admit that. And I was just like, this is going to be a long 6 weeks because how am I going to even deal with
But
this?
it's the rest of your life. It's not just the 6
yeah. And
weeks.
it's like, you have to just kind of like disassociate from that. Like, this is my sister. Like, I know if anyone wants the best for me, it's her.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be things I don't want to hear sometimes? 100%, especially for my little sister.
Yeah.
Who gets
I'm
on my
annoying.
nerves.
I'm annoying as hell.
But it's fine. Like, I know I could be equally as annoying in different ways.
True.
So it's
also
like,
true.
But it's just like one of those things where I was like, okay, like I'm going to need to revisit, like, cause I was like instantly like just aggravated. I didn't want to like keep sharing. I was like, she's just going to tell me more shit. And then I was like, you know what, hold on, like rewind, check yourself. We're going to go about this. And she's my running partner. So she's going to tell me when I'm messing up, when I should be doing other things. If I, you know what I'm saying? Like, keeping me down that path, which is what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of looking at it as my annoying sister, I'm like, you know what? She called me on my bullshit. I'm going to hold myself accountable. She's totally right. And so now I revise that. And now I'm doing the things that I need to do beforehand for myself, get into my work, and then, go on about my day.
I love this.
But it was
this is music to my ears.
But I'm happy to see that, because like it taught me something, and it taught me to like revisit our dynamic and our partnership, to say like, you know what?
I like that.
Don't take that as like your sister's just trying to like bag on you. It's like, no, you're my partner in this, and this is what we're supposed to be doing. And you held me accountable, and I needed to own up to that.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of my biggest things that happened this week, just because I was like, yeah, you do need to look in the mirror again. Like, this is a constant, but like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, own up to your shit.
Yeah.
Hold up, you have responsibilities, you have things you need to do, and they're not small things. Like, and they take a lot out of you. So it's like, you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're on top of your stuff. You don't want to get behind. And then like, you can end up in a mess, and it's like, I can either say I'm annoyed and don't want to hear you out, or take it in stride and move on and do better. And that's
I know what you're talking about.
That was a big lesson,
I love that for you. I'm very proud of you for that. And I had no idea she was going to talk about that. And that's how you know that because of the way I'm cheesing right now, because I'm like, this girl right here. But can I know what you're referring to, what I told you not to do. Can I share that?
I guess. Yeah.
Well, basically what she told me was that she wasn't going to get up earlier to do X, Y, and Z. And I said, well, why not? And she said, because I don't want to get up that early. And I said something along the lines, not verbatim, but like, you need to get up that early. Like, why aren't you getting up that early? Because I can't. Well, why can't you? Because it's your own
Going to
limiting,
bed late.
it's your own limiting belief that you can't get up that early, you know? Like, you need to do these things in your life because you decide to do them. There's a quote, it's like, you're one decision away from a totally different life. And that is so true. Like, your mind is so powerful. And this is something that I'm learning, you know, but as I've been learning it, I've tried to, you know, give that gift to everybody that I love, because it's like, it's a hard thing to do. But when you see you in your brain as not who you are right now, but as who you want to become, who is that person and what does that
Right.
person do daily, and what does their morning look like, and things like that, then you start, how do you become that person? You have
Right.
to implement the habits and the daily activities and you know,
Behaviors
of that
your future
person,
self.
of
Yeah.
that person, literally. Like I never saw myself as who I was, and who I am today I see as way more, and still not her, my future her, but I'm a lot closer.
Yeah.
I'm a lot closer, and it's because of the things like that. Telling myself that I can't do something versus like, no, I can do this. It's just me deciding to do it. So go do it. You know, like, I don't want to get up early, or I don't think I can get up early. No, like, set your alarm, and when your eyes open, it's like, I don't have a choice. I am
Yeah.
waking up. Like, this is what I said I was going to do, so I'm going to do it. And that feeling alone just has to be so strong. And like, the
You're
one
building
thing,
a muscle too. So
yes,
it's like it's just when you're
and
going from
when you
something
repeat it,
so opposite. Like, I'm a
yes,
night owl, but
yeah,
I'm also trying to be a morning person. And
yeah,
it's just like getting rid of that habit to
yes,
the opposite. It's like, it's not an easy task, you
no,
know? And if everything was so easy, everybody would be like perfect and everything
sure,
would be fantastic and happy go lucky. But I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, it is what
yeah,
it is. So
no,
some
for
days are
sure,
fine, and some days I'm like,
100%,
no.
and I'm the same
But
way.
you know what I mean?
It's
So it's
every day is not going to be your 100%. If all you've got one day is 50% and you give it your 50, that's fine. I'm
that's
not,
100.
yeah, like, I'm period. So it'd be like that sometimes. So like, and even as a night owl and being a morning person, like, I like to think I'm both. I have
Yeah.
some days where I'm up late, and I have the days where I'm up late and I get up early. I did that today. I was up late last night. I slept like shit. And I knew I had to be up by 6:30 because I had to be in Lake Orion for a showing. And I knew I had to be up, but I didn't have to be in Lake Orion by 6:30, but I knew I had to be up, because if I don't read my Bible in the morning, everyone's going to have a terrible day. It's not just me. So I know I have to get up at this time to read the Bible, to do all the things that make me a good person for my day. And then I can go on about my day. But if I don't start there, like yesterday, I didn't start with that. I was okay because I fuel myself on the word daily,
Yeah.
even if it's not the Bible or whatever. If I'm on Instagram, my whole feed is, I mean, whatever. But like at night, I read my Bible, and I, you know, prayed, and then I went to bed. But like, you're gonna stick to the schedule as much as you can. But like Kurt always says, live in the 90. You know, like, live in that 90%. Give yourself your wins. Give yourself grace. Like, if you have a day where it's like, oh, I didn't do this, or I didn't complete this, or whatever, like, that's okay. Like, chop it up, do your best, and get it done when you can get it done, and then move on. You know, you don't have to just sit there and make yourself feel like shit about it. Just but take the necessary steps and the action to get up early, or whatever goal that you want to accomplish. Put the plan in place to get there. Don't set yourself up for failure.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. And then speaking of that, so just to go a little further, we have like, what would you do?
Oh my God. I almost forgot about
if
this part.
If you don't, meet your goals and your daily activities and things that you said you were going to do. So if you guys ever see us go live on Instagram and karaoke, it's because one of us did not do what we said we were going to do.
Yep.
So we talked about this last night when we were going through our workbook for session 3. And that's where we landed.
Yeah.
They were like, you can make it fun, or you can say like, oh, I'll pay like something to
$5 to a charity.
So, yeah.
Do a fun little video, share an embarrassing photo. And Christy's like, maybe we should make a video. And I said, I know what we're going to do. I said, we're going to turn that thing on and start karaokeing if one of us fucks up. But like, we looked at each other and we're just like, yeah, like that's the move, because I don't want to karaoke on Instagram Live. But to be honest with you guys, I was trying to figure out what song I would sing because it's a slippery slope out here, and
Yeah.
I don't know that I will, hit all my goals. It's
Mhm.
just the reality of it. I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
But I might just throw down I want it that way. Tell me why. Oh my god. Is it gonna be Backstreet Boys? Is it gonna be I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a safe route.
Yeah.
So
We're checking in a couple times a week. I
Yeah.
told Raquel I need to check in every day.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at because
I'll be twice a week. She'll be once every day.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have to, but like I know for myself, like what is actually gonna
Hold you
hold
accountable.
me accountable is telling you literally every day at the end of the day, like work day, whatever, that's what I'm doing, or this is what I did.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm gonna keep it for the next 6 weeks, 5 weeks now, whatever is left.
Right.
But that's pretty much the gist of how we landed things
I'm
first
already
week of
having
FastCAP.
secondhand embarrassment for myself for when I had to get on IG Live and
Don't
karaoke.
say that. We're gonna do it. I think we can make it.
I think
And
we
then
can make
maybe-
it too, but
Maybe we'll just do it for funsies.
okay,
That we
so
both
let's do
we
this
both
too.
did great.
Let's do this too. If we both hit our goals every day, like we say we're going to do, and we complete FastCAP without having to drop trow and go on IG Live, if we do that, then our celebratory thing will be also to IG Live
That's
karaoke.
hilarious.
No?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that was a really bad
We'll
idea.
see.
I don't know. This obviously is.
I'm gonna say no for right now because I'm not in the mood. But maybe if I have a couple drinks one day and you ask me to just do it when we're done, then
Yeah, that's the thing.
maybe,
I
possibly.
have gone live on Instagram before, but I definitely was at the bar having drinks, and I don't even remember why we did that.
For literally no reason. I remember thinking like, why?
Why are we IG Live? We had so much fun with it though. Like, I think so. The fun part about going live, which actually I would love to do a live episode.
Yeah, it'll be
Eventually.
a planned live episode. You'll know about it, but
My favorite
down
part
the
about
line,
it,
we have some ideas.
yeah, my favorite part about it is just the interaction from the people that are on.
Right.
I just think that would be so much fun. Like I could go live from Instagram at the same time. You could go live on your Facebook. Like maybe we do something. Are you making a note?
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll do a fun live episode for you guys at some point and plan it, and then we'll put some what do they call it, promo out for just leading up to it, so you know when it's going to be. Oh man, you guys, my arm hurts so bad. I worked out and definitely pulled this muscle. Sorry, I just had to. If you're watching the video and you see the pain in my face and my arm out right now, and I'm just gonna give it a little woosah, it's because whatever muscle this is, like where the opposite end of your elbow is, like the other side of that, is it is pulled. It is more than pulled.
Unwell.
It is in pain, and I'm doing what I can. So let me just leave my arm like this for a hot sec.
Yeah, take your time.
All right, so we're coming up over a little over 20 minutes here. I'm having so much fun this episode. I really am.
Yeah,
I don't know
I don't
know what's going on.
Good one.
I promise you guys, I was so tired when we pushed record. Christy's like, "Are you mad?" I was like, "No, I'm just tired. Like, damn it, I didn't sleep again, you know."
Yeah,
And she's like, "I think you need to dance," which then we danced, and
it's honestly because of FastCAP, because
Yeah.
Austin's like, what is it, every 30 minutes or something?
or
like getting started, even if, whether we're getting started or think maybe like
yes, 30
in
minutes
the middle,
30 minutes in, he makes
he's
us
like,
get up and
dance around, shake it off.
Yeah, that's a Tony Robbins is where that came
from. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, we're on Zoom, but like we
get up and
dance around.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're gonna feel weird and you're looking at yourself in the camera too. That's the funniest part.
But then
because some people like aren't, and they're just like straight chilling there. And then I'm just like,
but it's
I wonder who can see who, and it's so funny.
You know what blows? Sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
I don't even remember my thought. That's like for me, like if you interrupt me and like my thought's gone. So like if I don't get it out, just forget about it. So
that's actually really wild.
My
whole thing is, okay, you had to sign up for this. There's limited spots, okay? There's 1,300 people that were allowed to be on. The very first day, there was only 600 people on. Where the hell are you guys?
Half didn't even make it to the first
You signed up for this. And then when you're in it, you don't even want to participate. And I get it, like, you know, you might feel a little bit weird, but like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Why
Everyone
are you?
has the same goal. Everyone wants to get better, work on things, work on habits.
I mean, Austin's in the screen dancing for everybody.
Right.
He's the one that's on
Right.
everybody's screen.
Right.
If anyone should be embarrassed, it's him. He don't care. And
No.
he doesn't have to be there. He doesn't
Right.
have to be teaching us anything. He doesn't have to be doing any of this. He literally does this out of the goodness of his heart. And so if you're not doing exactly what he says while you're there, I'm just blown away and I don't understand it. It just makes me confused. Because if you're not going to do what he says, do you want to get better? Why are you wasting your time sitting here then? There's a reason we're getting up and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling like a slouch, like how I was feeling in the beginning of this episode, and you don't get up and shake it off, like it literally does reset your energy.
Mm-hmm.
So like it just blows my shit that like if you're there and you signed up to be somewhere to do and participate and do and you don't do, it makes me
like, why?
It makes me triggered. Like I'm clearly triggered right now. Like I don't understand it. It makes me mad. It makes me a little crazy.
No, you're so right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
it just doesn't make sense. But
do your thing, man.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of these programs and stuff that we are involved in or we have been involved in, it's like it starts out with like a big crowd, it's hype, it's this, it's that, but like when comes time to like actually be doing the work and you're, it's 3 times a week for an hour, but people can't even make that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a lot.
Like
it's a big commitment.
But that's the thing. If it's like, are you committed?
Right.
And like, it's hard to even get to get to that. It's been hard for us, even though it's just that hour,
1 hour
a day.
Yeah.
But like, there's activities on top of it. Life happens in between that. Maybe I got up late. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like all sorts of things are happening in between, but it's like the goal is to better yourself, to better your business, to better everything around you, building new habits, structuring your day and all these things. So it's like, that's where you start, is committing to the thing.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, like you can do the rest.
Yeah.
You just have to
hold the line. I don't know. I said hold the line. Is that a thing?
Where did that even just come from?
I don't know. Isn't that like a thing people say?
I don't know. It's
hold the line, like hold steady. Hold on. I
don't know that I would have used that in this.
Hold
context.
the line.
I don't know.
Isn't that like a war term?
Maybe.
Like stand your ground. You guys.
I don't know.
Do I need to go take an English class?
I don't know.
Probably.
Kind of been like be more diligent with your schedule.
Yeah, don't listen to me, you guys.
I don't know. Should we let's
hold the line? Didn't I say something before and you were like, who says that? Oh, no, I'm not saying that. That was bad. That was big.
Well, don't say it because we're.
I can say it. I mean, it wasn't like, I think I said like big hoss or something.
I honestly, like you guys, I have no idea. I have no idea where
I was like somebody's ego was so giant, and I was like, oh, it's big hoss or something. And Chrissy's like, what even is that? I think it was big hoss, and I was like, it's like a thing people say, isn't it? I'm like, she's like, what people are you talking to? I'm like, I don't know where I hear these weird things.
I hear that, and I thought of
hold the line. Tell me what it
not
means.
Yield to the pressure of a difficult situation.
Dude, that was in perfect context.
That was wow.
Hold the line.
That's so funny.
Yes.
I was over here like singing the song mentally, and I'm glad the song came up too.
I am so. Is it Elvis Presley?
Toto, I think. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time.
Oh, I go Elvis Presley. Elvis did something with holding the line.
Johnny Cash walked the line.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's probably what it is. See, I'm a little illiterate.
It's okay. We all have our
illiterate when it comes to like anything like song or movie related. Chrissy's definitely your go-to for that. But I'm really proud of myself for saying hold the line in the right context. Yes. You guys, my sisters make fun of me all the time because I mispronounce things. English is not my strong suit. I can barely read. I'm just kidding.
Fun of you in a mean way. It's just
funny. So this is okay. This is edible. Please. So they always tell me I'm the bully because my personality is just very like dominant and aggressive and all the things. But they bully me.
Oh my God.
With this because my English is my first language, but I also don't have good like grammar or like pronunciation skills. And
We're not bullies, for the record. We
They're
laugh
bullies.
about it,
they're bullies.
and
I
we
was-
still teach you.
I was-
Like, which if I was ever not in
I
the
know.
know,
I know
I
my
would
feelings.
expect you to teach me too.
My feelings are not hurt
Like, no.
by it.
Well, why?
I do laugh about it now because I just know that that's the way that I am. But let me just tell you the origination of all of this. So one day, I don't know how old we were, probably like
Long time.
12.
No, later than that. It was at least,
I didn't drive, so I was under 18.
yeah. I was going to say it was at least like between 10 and 15 years ago. So probably 15.
Yeah.
Long time.
Okay, so teenagers, right?
Yeah.
And so mom was driving.
I was driving.
You were driving.
Yeah.
Oh, you were driving.
Because I was laughing so hard, you guys, I had to stop because I couldn't see anymore. Like my eyes were like tearing and closed.
So we're driving, me, Christy, Alexa. Alexa's in the passenger. I'm in the back. And I was totally sober, I'm pretty sure.
100%.
And yeah, because I was, whatever. That. I was totally sober. And I'm a silly girl. So I was like,
Silly.
a little silly, a little bit. So I was like screaming out the window, like reading off like the building signs and whatever, just being dumb. And this is like probably 15, 16-year-old Raquel. And so the store, or was it a restaurant?
I still don't know.
I think it's a restaurant. It was called Mandarin, but I only know that it's pronounced Mandarin now because for 15 years I've had to live it down that I pronounced it Mandarin.
She was like, "What's Mandarin?"
I said that.
Yeah.
I said just like that.
Yeah.
I thought
And
I
we
was
were
like, I thought I just yelled it out like Mandarin.
no.
And then you guys were like, what?
And we were like confused, like, what are you talking about? And then like I think Alexa had caught the building sign and she was like Mandarin. And then all of us just like lost it.
Yeah.
Like just
Maybe you had to be there.
To this day we laugh about it because like whenever she
Whenever I mispronounce something.
Another mishap or like Mandarin.
It's so bad. You can count on it once a week at the minimum.
But it was so funny.
Hold the line.
Yeah, back in the day.
Hold
Good times.
Hold the line,
You know,
guys.
driving around.
Yeah. Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Well, it's about
Good
a
stuff.
half an hour in.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed this conversation. You want to pull a popsicle stick and call it a little day?
Okay. You want to do it?
Sure. How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance?
I feel like we talk about that all the time.
I don't. I do my best. Mindset shifts to unlock your full potential. Small shifts that led to a big change. Okie dokie. Do you want to dive deep into Raquel's life and possibly add another 20 minutes to this episode? Mindset shifts. You guys, a lot goes on in my brain. A lot has gone on in my brain in the last year. Absolutely in the last year. I don't think I'm even at my full potential, so I can't give you guys all, the juice. But I would say I've made some pretty big strides. And the mindset, that shift that I went through, I feel like it wasn't just like a day. It was like a long time's worth of work that I was working on my mindset because I had really bad anxiety and it was causing like physical symptoms. And I was in and out of the ER. I was dealing with a whole bunch of shit and like emotionally, financially, it was just like I kind of just like lost like my grip. Like when you say like I lost my shit, like you can bet your ass I lost my shit for some time. And so when I hit that point in my life, I was like, okay, I got to figure out, I can't live like this because living sucks now, and I wasn't like depressed. I didn't want to like, do anything dark or dangerous. I was just like the physical symptoms that I was feeling was so bad that I just
taking away from like your daily.
It took away my life.
Yeah.
It totally took away my life. Like I would wake up in the morning and I'm like, fuck, I got to do this again. Oh my God. Oh, every day was a battle. And so I just said, okay, what am I going to do first? Like, what do I have? How do I get myself out of this like deep hole that I'm in? And, I just to put a little light on the situation, in Holes, when the movie called Holes is my favorite movie. When Stanley digs his first hole and he can't get out, and he's like, "Is anybody out there? I need help. I can't get out." Like, that's how I felt. Okay. I was just like trying to get out of this giant freaking hole that I dug myself into. Like, you have to understand that, like, you're in control and you can't point fingers. You're the problem. That's the hardest freaking thing to do, first of all. So once you do that, and then you're like, okay, I have to start adding things into my life. I'm really gonna try to make this quick. So then I started going to therapy, and that was pretty helpful because it was like giving me some structure, and that's how I started to implement like my morning routine and journaling, and I got into like oil diffusers and like the different oils that like made me feel like when excuse me, I have to burp. When I sniff eucalyptus oil, something happens to my dopamine levels. It's the best thing in the freaking world. If you guys don't have oil diffusers with eucalyptus oil, go get one. Do yourself a favor. Make your room into a spa. If you come into my room, it looks like a spa. So I have like my oil diffuser with my eucalyptus that I put in there. I have a soy-based candle that I purchased from the seller on Amazon. I probably keep them in business. All of those candles, and they're just clean essential oil candles.
She's got them for so many people. You guys.
Yeah, you probably received one.
Yeah.
From me. I give them as gifts sometimes, and so those are amazing. And so, and then I have a Himalayan salt lamp that is it just makes it feel so cozy in there. And then of course I have like my my rosaries and my things like a little religious thing. Anyway, all my stuff had to look so organized and so clean and so pretty and smell good and clean. So that was the first thing. Okay.
Your room peaceful.
My room was my sanctuary. So that was where I was like, this is where I come to unwind. That's number one. Clean space, clean mind. That's number one. And then from there, I continued therapy, and we did unlock some things. And I was like, okay, like I need to work on that. I have a lot of trauma from my childhood. We went through a lot of death in the family that was unexpected, and just things of that nature. Parents got divorced when we were younger. I wouldn't say that had it had an effect, but like I feel like
the after.
It was the aftermath.
Yeah,
like it was more of the
we didn't
family.
really understand, until the dynamic was separated and
Yeah.
actually separated instead of.
And then life thereafter.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was a series of events, but
Yes.
for another time.
Yes. So me and her were unpacking that. Shout out Kathy, wherever you are. I'm sure maybe you think back on your clients and think, whatever happened to them? But I'm doing well, Kathy, and I love you.
Shout out to Kathy.
I love you, Kathy. So then she helped me do all of that. And then, so I stayed in therapy for about a year-ish, year and a half maybe. And then me and Kathy had a conversation, and I said, I think I'm ready to not do therapy anymore. I think I'm ready to just go back into the world as I do. I'm pretty busy now. I don't really want to talk about my problems anymore. It just doesn't feel like I feel like I got everything that I could out of it. So then Kathy and I parted ways, and I graduated. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Give me some little clap. Okay. So after therapy, I was looking for, so I experienced, the physical symptom that I experienced was heart palpitations. And if you guys have never heard of those, it's not fun. So it just feels like a flutter, in your chest, and you can get chest pains and things like that. But it's all just stress related, right? But I went to like every kind of test. I did CT scans. I went to a cardiologist. I went to a GI. I did all of these tests. Everything came back normal. I did blood samples. I did everything, you guys. I was convinced that something was physically wrong with me because I felt so shitty. Before I went to therapy, it was so bad. And then during therapy and afterwards, it would get better, but then it would just like keep coming back. And I would have my days where I'm like, oh my God, I love today. I feel so good today. And then the next day I would be like, why am I like relapsing like this? This is like so terrible. And it was just like this constant up, down, up, down, up, down. And I was like, oh my God, something's got to give. So I went to my doctor, and, we would talk about antidepressants and things like that. And I was like, I've seen the effects of those. I don't like the idea of it, but I think I'm so desperate that I need to try it. So I tried 2 doses, like in a day. I took like 1 and then I took 2. And both times I had a panic attack, like totally tripped out. And I was like, nope, not for me. Like, absolutely not. I'm gonna have to figure this shit out on my own. And so I did so much research, so much research, and I finally landed on magnesium. And there's a couple different types of magnesium, and the one that I take till this day is magnesium glycinate. It's by a company called Pure. The brand is called Pure, and I take one of those every day, and I promise you, it is a magical vitamin. And I swear, every like all these doctors that you see on like Instagram, like I follow so many people, and they all preach that magnesium is this miracle vitamin. And I tried other forms of it and it wasn't working. So I had to like experiment with the different types and all that. And I found different doctors in different states, you guys. And I did like different like coaching, like a one time like free consultation. Yeah. And so then I had one that she was like, take the glycinate and see how that goes and follow up with us later. And so that's when I found the brand Pure, and I did all of that. And then I started to feel better. And so then that led me to just gaining my life back, right? I was able to go to the gym without feeling like I had an elephant sitting on my chest. Like, the working out thing is more for my mental. Like, I'm in the gym, I'm locked in, I do all of that, but I don't do it because I feel like I need to lose weight. I do it because it makes me feel good, it makes me feel strong, and mentally it gives me that clarity. So I promise I'm gonna make a point here in a second. So all of these things led me to this mindset shift, right? It was heal myself and continue to heal myself and do all of these things that will make me feel as healthy and as strong as I possibly can be. And I wanted to be that not only for myself, but like for my family. I have nieces, I have friends, I have so many people in my life that I love, but that love and care about me too, that I need to like be there for. And I'm 31 years old, and I'm like, the rest of my life cannot look like this. And I refuse. I just totally refuse. Like, I refuse to be weak. I am not weak, like I'm a strong ass person. Like, I know I am. And so, sometimes stress can affect you in a way that you just don't even know is coming. Because all my life, I mean, everybody deals with stress. Yeah. Everybody deals with stress in a different way. I didn't say, oh, I'm stressed, I want the heart palpitation, sign me up for that one. It just happens. Yeah. You can't pick and choose what happens to you in this life. You can do your damn best to stay the course and do your best, but sometimes shit happens to you that you don't expect, and you got to freaking deal with it in the best way that you know how, or find a way. And I'm the type of person that will find a way. Like, I'm not a quitter. I'm not a failure. Yeah. I'm a fighter to the core. So I feel like I totally whooped its ass. I accomplished it. I till this day, I live by that magnesium. Highly recommend. But I had to go through healing myself. And so the mindset of being like a warrior, if you would, of just like you can't let life beat you down. You have to have the mentality of, I'm not going to let this life do this to me. I only get one of these things. Right. This is my gift from God, and this is not from God. I'm going to go chase after what that means. Yeah. So then I also smoked for a really long time, and I quit that, and I haven't done that in a long time. I was drinking a lot, and I don't drink often anymore. I will drink on occasion, or maybe if I'm out to eat and I feel like having a glass of wine, I'll do that. But I started to realize that like, I would rather not put any type of toxic shit into my body anymore. Like, I'm trying to get right. Like, I'm truly trying to get right. And so I have just, something in my brain totally snapped once I started to get better. And I'm like, I am just going to ride this wave for the rest of my life and continue to live better and live a better life. And what does that mean for me? Well, that means staying on a clean diet. Don't put garbage, into your body. And I'm not saying I don't have a donut once in a while, because y'all know I be loving donuts and cookies and all sweets and chocolate and all the things. And I still treat myself to that. I'm just saying, again, live in the 90.
Yeah.
For the most part, I try to be clean, and I'm very strict about who I surround myself with, where my time is spent, what I'm doing, my morning routines and my daily stuff and all that. And I'm committed to going to church, and I do all the things, and it brings me peace that I was looking for. And so for me, my mindset shift that this popsicle stick asked me about to unlock my full potential, I feel like at the end of the day, I was my own worst enemy, and I let life just kind of beat me down. And it took me getting to that point to better myself, to think, okay, I don't want this for myself. I need to clean up. If I'm going to live a long, fulfilling life and enjoy my family and enjoy these little precious angels that my sister birthed, you guys, my goodness, if I'm going to enjoy this life, I need to really dig deeper and go through this and come out on the other side, because there's just no other option. There was literally no other option in my head. I have to do this. So that was my mindset through the whole, what I just explained is probably the past, I don't know, 2.5 years of my life, that I was struggling with that. But I will tell you right now, I'm so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel better. My brain is a totally different person. My body feels so good. I'm consistently in the gym. I already said my diet, all the stuff that I do, and that's it, But all I'm gonna say, thank you. All I'm gonna say is if you're struggling with your mindset, or just cleaning up your act, you're a little bit sick of your own shit. To be quite frank with you, it's not going to happen overnight, and you really have to fight that fight every day and just stay in the mentality that you're never going to give up, and no matter how long it takes you to become that person that you need to be for yourself and for others, but for yourself first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that selfish bone to just do it for you, because if you're not okay, the rest of the world doesn't even matter, So
it's gonna fall apart at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's the mindset shift. If you're stuck in a rut, you just have to want it. How bad do you want it, and who is it for?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was for me. I think my biggest motivator, in all seriousness, was my nieces.
Mm-hmm.
That was our nieces.
I love that.
That was my biggest motivator.
Sorry not to cut you off, but
no,
you
you're
can
fine.
Easily oh, I'll be fine. It's not a big deal. You just keep doing what you're doing. But it's other people, it's love, it's people you care for and want to be there for and be a good example for, and all these other things that come along with that to keep you going, because it's not always going to be, an easy road.
Yeah.
But you hit the nail on the head, though, that everyone, you are your own worst enemy sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's that's such a deep thought to sit with. And I've said it to myself so many times, why do you stand in your own way? Why are you, it's almost like a self-sabotage in a way, but unknowingly sometimes. And you're just by habit, by routine, whatever, your life has been. But the fact that you knew better to implement all these habits that you gained over time. It wasn't tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna have a clean diet, quit smoking, I'm gonna, and then it was done. It was this was over a couple of years span that you realize I feel better when I don't do this.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
I feel better when I don't do this. I'm gonna keep doing that. And it led you to be this person a couple of years later, short but long years,
oh my God, yeah.
And it's
the days were long, but the years were short.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's keep going with that. Even if you don't think you have progressed, or if you, mentally or physically, whatever it is that you're working towards, you don't feel that 100% yet, acknowledge the fact that you're probably better than you were a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just ride that out, because it's only going to get better, but you're trying to rewire your brain. And that takes so much strength
And time
and commitment, like to just want that and know like there is a better life for you on the other side. You just have to get to that point. You know, like everybody goes through life, you know, everybody struggles with something, but if you're going to take that time, you're like you said, you only get one. Like I think I was like probably your age, like when I just turned 30, 31, I was like, damn, like I'm in this. Like life is lifing right now. Like
time is gonna fly whether you like it or not.
Like, what am I? What's going on? Like I felt like I like woke up. I was like, what the hell is happening? You know? And it's just like all those things that you've talked about. They are beneficial. Like they are going to, you know, heal you, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah,
like it's just
all day long.
What's the word? It's I mean, I don't know. I lost the word I was looking for, but mind, body, and soul, guys. It's a journey. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a combination of things, I think maybe is what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Like you got to work on your mind, you have to work on your body, and all of that will feed your soul. And I'm not saying, you know, do what I did. Everybody's journey is different, but find those things that make you feel better. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like I felt better when I went to the gym. I'm going to keep doing this.
Right.
I don't feel good when I go to the gym at night. I feel like it better in the morning. I'm going to make sure I get that done. There's a reason I get up at 6 a.m. because I feel better. And like I said earlier, everyone else is happy if I read my Bible in the morning, because then I'm not going to be such a mean person because the word of God got me going this morning. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, that's
story
the
time with Raquel.
That's the journey.
Today.
Yeah,
so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a fun, wild, crazy ride, but I am loving it right now. Like I am in my prime right now. I feel like this is like the best I've ever felt. I personally feel like I look the best I've ever looked. Like that's just like a secondary, but like since I fed my insides, it starts glowing from the outside, you know? Exactly. And like I've been wanting to just feel strong and like feel good about myself. And like sometimes, but like sometimes my trainer will take a video of me for like her social media and then I'll post it on mine too for, you know, whatever. But like I get messages all the time, like you motivate me, you inspire me. Like I'm sticking to this. I just started meal prepping, or I just bought this meal plan thing, and I'm going to the gym and blah, blah. And like, I have people reaching out to me like that. Like, and I just think that's so awesome to like be that person for other people.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like, and because I would look at other people that are doing it and that motivated me, you know? So I'm like, I want to be that person for other people. Like I shared my story on this podcast. I don't know how many people are going to watch it or who watches it or whatever, but if I can help one person, because I struggled for years trying to figure my shit out. So if I can help one person speed up their process a little bit of getting their shit right, then God bless, you know, then I'm happy I had to go through that struggle so that I can help somebody along the way for them, you know? And it's like, yeah, just the whole thing. And I think it just, to share your struggles and to be somebody for somebody else, you know, at the end of the day, I think is a really cool, it's a really cool feeling for sure. But no, but I like to, you know, post all that stuff. And then some days I'll like look at myself and I'm like, damn girl, like
shredded.
You're ripped. Out here. No, I'm really not though. But some days.
I love it. Be proud of yourself. That's okay.
No, I am. I'm definitely not shredded by any means. But I definitely have bigger muscles than I did before. I would show you if I wasn't wearing this shirt. But we're ripped.
Love it. Love it. Well, what do you think? I think we should wrap on that. I think that was an amazing
my voice hurts.
Today's episode.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you. I hope I helped you in some type of way. You know, with that long story of mine. But wait a minute, we didn't even talk about how we branded all of our social platforms.
I thought about that, and then I was like, let's just save it for the end since you
all right, bet.
Share it at the end anyway.
So here's the good word. So we know that this is the Property Sisters Network on YouTube and hopefully coming to Spotify and all of their platforms soon. Once I just do it, you know, that's my bad. I'll keep it real. But so on Instagram and on our little ticker thing on the bottom of the screen there, sorry, You can find us now on Instagram at Property Sisters Network. There is no longer a Property Sisters of Michigan. That is squashed, gone, retired. The reason being is because Property Sisters Network holds a better weight for what we are trying to reach here, and limiting ourselves to just Michigan is not something that we wanted to do. Originally, when I tried to create the Instagram account for Property Sisters Network, it got deleted. I had to wait. I was fighting them, and it just wasn't happening. And I said, okay, maybe if I wait 60, 90, or however many days, I can just change the name and like it'll come back and like it will be good. So by the grace of God, I did that and it was able to be changed. So now on Instagram, you can find us at the Property Sisters, or just at Property Sisters Network. On TikTok, we are on TikTok also at Property Sisters Network, YouTube, Property Sisters Network, and then soon to be eventually someday when I decide to get off my ass on Spotify and wherever else I can finagle this podcast to be on. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can always comment or share your story on one of our platforms, or you can email us directly at propertysistersnetwork@gmail.com.
Love that.
And
Well, there you have it, guys.
that's all we have for you on this fine, today's Saturday, but by the time you hear this, it'll be Sunday or thereafterwards. And we wish you a wonderful week ahead, a beautiful day. Smile, go do something nice, have a nice hot cup of coffee or whatever makes you happy.
Love it. Amen.
Go on and do some with it.